All right, got the SIJUN MP5 V2 here. So the SJ MP5 V2. You can get this at zenduoblaster.com. It's a new blaster from SIJUN. Obviously, I've shown it to you before. This is kind of the custom work I'm going to talk about that I did to it. But a really good quality MP5, definitely on par with the new Jinming V3. Lots of metal components, very similar build to that one, almost identical. So definitely a good option if you're looking for a better MP5. I would say that this SJ MP5 V2 or the JM MP5 V3, both from Zenduo Blaster, are both good options for you to check out. So let's talk a little bit about what I did. I did a quick video that showed you how easy it is to upgrade the spring. So I upgraded the spring in this because it's just so easy. And then I decided to switch it up and put a buffer tube stock on there. Now, I love using parts that I have around and repurposing them if I can. And I actually had this piece from an old JM V2 MP5. Now, it did not fit perfect, but it fits so closely. I was just able to heat it up a little bit and then able to make it fit on there nicely. So I had that piece already, and then I just needed to use a buffer tube that could go on there, and then we've got the stock. Now, I did not relocate the battery because these are not super, they're not hard to take apart, but they're not as easy as some other blasters. And I didn't want to tear it apart and try to reroute the wiring to the buffer tube. So instead I just put the stock on here with the buffer tube. And what I did with the battery is, well, a couple things you can see. Obviously, I went to new Handguard. So I was lucky enough to find a Handguard on Maker World. Maker World is a free 3D STL site. And someone on there had actually an SJ MP5 V2 Handguard they had made, this Mlok version. So it fit perfect, which is pretty rare with gel blasters. A lot of times there's airsoft stuff I have to use and I have to modify. So that was really nice that was actually spec'd perfect and it fits really nice. But what I did is I did kind of, when it's all Mlok all the way around, I just worry about integrity and stuff. So I took some of this pattern that I had here on the grip that you see here on the riser, and I used that on the handguard and just filled in some spots so it printed with that. Now, since I was going to put a grip along the bottom that has the battery in it, I just filled that solid along the bottom. And again, that just gives it more integrity. Just made me feel better, made me feel like it was stronger. So battery goes routed into here, and then we've got your battery in here. And it's big enough to fit one of the small 11.1s, and that's really what I was going for. And all I did was use like a little jumper cable that connected to the factory one. So nothing on here has changed. No holes, no glue, nothing from returning it to factory, which I try to do whenever I can. So up here we've got this riser. Now this just clips on, and it does clip on tight, but what I wanted to do is I beefed it up a little bit on the sides so I could put some heat inserts, and then I could have some little grub screws kind of that go in here just to hold it on a little tighter. That again just made me feel like it was a little more robust and that was going to be a little stronger. Got a nice optic on here. This is from like a brand like CV Life or something similar on Amazon. And again, if you look at the link that I have in all the descriptions, you go to my Amazon page, there'll be a little folder list there that has, what do I say, like basically good quality gel blaster optics, but reasonably priced. They're usually with it, that list I think is like 20 to 50. So got that there. Obviously, we got this new handguard. We got the rails on the side. We got the battery down here. And then I just made a different fake suppressor that also kind of incorporates some of the similar shapes. So it's a little different, but that way it still kind of ties it all together. And I went with the Desert Tan. I did use this, basically this finish that kind of almost gives it a sand-like finish. So the color is basically sand camo color, flat paint. And then I put this texture, kind of clear texture over the top to just kind of give it a little bit more of a sand feel. And then this already is that texturized black paint that I use a lot of. So there you go, SIJUN SJ MP5 V2 at Zenduo Blaster. Customized out, upgraded spring. Check back for the demo and we'll see what kind of FPS change we've got. And again, I've got that video posted too that shows you how easy it is to go ahead and change that spring. Comments, questions, post them below. Like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and remember to participate in those YouTube contests when they're live. Thanks.